What do you think the 1,400,000,000 bullets are for? I mean, you're up there at the national intelligence level. Is Congress going to ask Homeland Security what that is for? And also, I know you're concerned about drones and are supporting some legislation. Tell us about that.
Well, first, I think you'll find Darrell Issa, the Oversight Committee, to hold some hearings as soon as we go back regarding this bullet situation. I really do that. The bill that I am on was introduced by a Georgia Republican, Representative Austin Scott, and this is what the bill does. It's H.R. 5925, would only permit the federal government to use drone technology without a specific warrant when patrolling the national borders and when credible intelligence exists to indicate that there's a risk of terrorism attack. A few weeks ago, I was on the floor to talk about getting our troops out of Afghanistan, and before me was a very dear friend of mine named Ted Poe. Ted was speaking before I did what they call 5-minute speeches, and he got up and talked about in 2015 we will have 17,000 drones flying around America. That's one reason I did not vote for the DOD bill, the Armed Services bill, back in May, June. The title is the Preserving Freedom from Unwarranted Surveillance Act of 2012. So it would put certain restrictions on the American government using drones against the American people. And I'm concerned. I voted against the Armed Services bill 2 months ago because there's a provision that was put in by the Senate that really says that any administration that determines an American citizen is a terrorist, they can take him out without coming to Congress or anyone else. It's very dangerous. I will send that provision to you so that you will have it. That was in the Armed Services bill that passed the House and the Senate and signed by the President of the United States. You know, I tell you, Alex, I think the American people are ready to take the government back. I would rather that it be done with votes, but I really do think the American government, the American people, are just fed up with Congress and fed up with the government. It's the time to bring America back to the people.
What is the feeling you get in D.C. now? I mean, is Washington aware of this awakening's happening? Because I see it too. And what is the feel from your constituents? You're saying they're really starting to wake up?
I think that Congress, that's why I think this election in November is going to be very interesting. I sincerely believe that people are more concerned today than ever before about the overreach and the intrusion of the federal government into our private lives. That's why I love Ron Paul. I'm a big Ron Paul supporter and believe today if he was the nominee of the Republican Party, he'd be the next president of the United States.
There's no doubt he would absolutely politically destroy Obama and Romney. I don't see any Romney stickers still.